Dishonored. So in the last episode I read about where we were going and stuff, and now I'm in some other world with somebody called the Outsider. We'll see what happens with that soon.
This is a place from which those who gather in the past draw power. And this place is visited. I can feel a great age ahead. This place is the end of all faiths and the beginning. All times meaningless. No seconds, no centuries. Someday this place will bow all that exists.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
In the second game, you can choose to not use these powers. So basically, you can play on hard mode. On the game. But then it's like, but if you choose not to take the power in the second game, you're basically making it like Doom level, like insane. Like instead of just having the hard mode, you're going beyond the hard mode, because without these superpowers, you're gonna be in a lick of trouble. And good luck to you. But yeah. I think I already read this. Hidden in an old bar in the river, new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the loyalists in their circle to learn what they've got in mind. Yeah. So that actually did happen. Oh, and I have a bunch of... Thank you. Bone charms provide small supernatural benefits. There's so much stuff to read. I'm sorry guys, this is like an orgy. I have to read it, guys. Man, the Journal of Granny Rags. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen I can see out into the garden, where the leaves and stalks are brown and buggy, and you can see a little lump of dirt or something is wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest among the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the street, where the neighbors are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside, warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom either. It sees into a dreary alley, where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. No one living in my house any more, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine people, very moray. Everyone would say your house is as grand as a Boyle Manor. Better even, your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said, and he was just barely a man, so young, painting all the best people across the aisles. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand, all my friends. I was the only one, dearie, wet with his paint, glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home. No, we traveled together, he and I, to the far ends of the isles beyond even, all the way to the real cliffs of Pendesia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eye, dearie. All those marks and bones carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with a new bone for me, hiding them so I could see it in his eye. Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me. Make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to Dunwell Tower, the royal headsman himself now, my little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup and then he was sick. Better bones was all for my little mute boy, carved in the name of the one with black eyes. And after my husband was gone, given away as a birthday gift, I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I'm old, and don't have many time to give my presents to. Don't have many, sorry. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie, especially those rude louts of Battle Street. Slackjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him, you and me, in the dreary nights with stars above and below, and always with the one with the black eyes, dearie. Alright, so I read that. Early life in a criminal record, Slackjaw. You want the chin wig on Slackjaw? What he was like when he was young, before he got his name. Well, he's got a cool head now, but if it weren't always like that in the days before he was boss of the Bottle Street gangs, time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us who grew up on the streets running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law pinching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age 10, for them born in the brothels, or coming from the orphanage. It was either gangs or working with the mudlards, and no one wants them. Some got pressed in the Navy or put in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't little ones anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's court or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with a plan, give everyone some part to play, and decided on a split. Most of us just went along because we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coins, plus none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked a couple big jobs at Black Sully across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-corner, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up the protection racket among the factory women. A fine evening, we're all taken in a body show in a theater house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in cheap seats too, just down the aisles from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spitting at Slackjaw. Hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's gonna be a blood ball, but Slackjaw just points at the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions us for all of us to follow. He still can't say a word, we just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw buys, actually pays coins for it. Have a chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing it deep, something you attach to alongside of the ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick loins, and thicker shark hooks coming off at a different angle. Slackjaw's got the thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where the Mike fish was staying, but when we reached his girl's house, Slackjaw throws the bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled when he sees Slackjaw on the street. A look come over his face that he still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the door, bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, headed straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins and a sharp hook bites deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with the chain wrapped around his left arm. Hook sunk into the Mike the fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that and using his left hand, but he was a big guy. Took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but that all went quiet. Just kept going and going until finally it was just Mike the fish blubbering and crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck it to my face with a nail. Just said, if you want a job, come to Bottle Street. Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses telling them that he was running a brand new crew on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-Eyed Trish even came back missing a thumb, but apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, Jesus is a long-ass note, dude. Holy crap. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. It seemed like that series of unfortunate events. Hey, that's a good book. But everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat marker. Another slipping, falling into the water, out cold. One of the older bosses found in the bed, with his belly open wide and a Tivian pier stuffed into his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Barnesworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters, offers to the underbosses, telling them they better be treated fair as peers. He even set Green-Eyed Trish with one of his letters. All the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business. Real neat like, a little bit of coin, a drink as a bonus, showing what he could be like as boss. So everything's got quiet, which always makes the boys of City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster Snitches, the responsible citizens group they'd call themselves, telling everyone working in shop or sweeping off the front steps of their home to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms on the shopkeepers and the watch too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on. Without so much blood, he was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick and everyone wanted to buy those potions from Sokolov Pierre. Health elixir, spiritually remedy, they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory as a still where we could water stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same thing with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in slums was sick and business was good. But after a while there were so many people down with plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over the watch, started using all the new Sokolov technology, watchtowers, tall boys, and them arc pylons. They put up a wall like while Clever and Polo to crack down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving town on a boat bound for Morlaix or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. He got as much elixir to fight off the plague as the City Watch. With their taxes and rations, and that's kept us alive so far. Crawley, Bottle Street Gang. That took like 6 minutes. Holy crap, that's a long freaking note, dude. Please tell me this one's not as long. Holy crap. Okay. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey, without the company of my overseer brethren, with the guidance of the blind sisters of the Oracle Order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut pursuers, murderers, and worse. The nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards in the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Hotter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hand have run red with blood, it's true, but I've selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who are not fit to live, executing them justly and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So for this trick has allowed me to make my name among the murderous colleagues without taking the lives of the innocents. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dowd in order to get close to him. Of all the practitioners of black magic we have traced, none concern the Abbey as much as Dowd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the something off the Vendesia coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to the legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead, and the witch controlled the crew, with Dowd still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officials of Dunwall like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years, we now believed, he spent traveling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult in the great halls of learning and hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dowd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself. For a time before a schism developed, he counted the Brigamore witches among his allies. All the while, he honed his craft, and during the time that was believed he began to consort with the outsider. News reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him live numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop he gestured, and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestone below. Most recently, as his new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Dowd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as a factory whaler in their vapor mask. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene, carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother. She was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district in a narrow street. She passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within, pushing aside the rotted curtain. The girl saw an abandoned apartment used by miscreants for gambling and trade harbor weed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, and she recognized from the teachings given to her by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dowd was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit. As if in the argument, he took a carving, made a pale bone, from the altar before him, and the lights went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt. Dowd is an agent of the outsider, must die, for there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and great purpose in my life, until Dowd is dead and his corruption has been purged from the world. I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way toward him. I will not drop my gaze or don my overseer's mask again until Dowd breathes no more. That was the longest note of frickin' history, dude. Like, I like reading notes, but holy crap. Oh my god. We literally are on 36 minutes and we've done nothing in this game so far. This is the 4th day, month of High Cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activities in the Distillery District, but more slowly than I expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning. I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, the mute bastard would be working night and day, removing the heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it's beyond her thinking, against her very nature, as a trusting person, to believe that traitors are among us. But I know they do. They must. The royal spy master, that's the guy who betrayed her, right? No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the royal protector. At least he'd likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety, but as a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass or explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower she receives instructions from the finest tutors known in the Isles, yet her mother spoils her, and she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the empire is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading to Dunwall Tower has been another project of late. To think that back in his day Emperor Coldwin left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come in and go as they please. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely. But the Empress won't hear it. The water lock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and will suffer for it. Mark my words. No matter secrecy is exclusive when it comes to protecting heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plan for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore as keen to his inventions deployed in any fashion. The Wall of Light has been tinkering with his promise in any case. At least he's able to convince the Empress to upgrade pistols carried by officers on watch. Why do I worry so, when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, with all sinks into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves on our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I'd protect us all. Perhaps I've been working too hard. Dinner and an evening conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps summer nights in the estates. Alright, we're finally done with notes. Sorry guys, that was a long time. That took literally like 30 minutes. That took 30 minutes just to read like 3 books. Let's get on with the game. Actually, is there a... Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry, let me do that. There we go. Alright. Wait, let's literally get on with the game, because we have like 20 minutes left and I haven't done anything. Oh, wait a second.
Someone on the basis below. How kills how, and money changes hands. Such laughter, and they sing old songs, linking arms. But that's when I have time. Deals are made here. Sometimes I see the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence of disappointment in life. Before the sun rises, they toss many casualties into the river. Men were out. They all go. They talk off the line river, but eventually someone swoops, and fresh bottles are fetched to themselves.
Oh shit. I lost my phone if you can hear that. Shut up, phone. No one loves you. Let's move on with this. Wait, I need this.
rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands and of your heart. They stood in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their lines. The blood hissed as it touched the flames. The conspirators have found a safe home here. They take great care that they do not fall. The ale is sweet with honey to hide the taste of river. The soul steeping whispers, the drum back. Fortunes have been won here, and lives have been lost.
But he won't use it.
Why?
He can't sleep in regular beds anymore, or that's what he says. Says he was in the Navy too long. Can you believe it?
Oh,
That pile of wood out there? It's a hovel he built from an old rowboat. Where does Admiral Havelock find these people, I wonder?
the old man entered a dark corner and drank himself into oblivion. The house was first to find. They never knew whence. Someone in the basements below.
I already said this.
How kills how, and money changes hands.
Well, let's get down to it.
Finally.
First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Cauldron on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the How Pits.
Oh, I'm not sure. What you have read here is the truth. Regardless of what you will hear from the authorities who rule over us, it's not a matter of coincidence that the former royal spy master is the one who stepped in with the late Empress Vale. We who remain nameless believe that these events are interconnected. The signs of oppression are all around us. The so-called designs originally intended to provide light and warmth in our homes have been turned against us as a means of inspiring fear and controlling our movements through the city. And where did this plague originate? Some say it was imported. A wild theory. Perhaps. One of our members risked her life to obtain an internal report from the government, which we'll be printing and sharing soon, called the Exquisite Tailboy, extolling the virtues of the newest member of the City Watch. For those in the streets below, these virtues are horrors, spread by stilting thugs who rain down fire on the sick and poor. To these eyes, the Tallboy is another government bully, armed with incendiary devices, thickly armed and sitting high overhead, looking down at the common people of the city. We know that the Tallboys are heavily drugged, inhibiting a substance that renders them resistant to pain, but also dulls whatever empathy they might normally possess. Exquisite? We think not. Copy these words and share them with your neighbors, and remember, when the tides are the lowest, the truth will be revealed. Alright. Let's get on the game then. Oh, hello.
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession.
I'll try.
Before you became an assassin.
I'll try. Right? I can't promise anything though. I'll try my best. What's up, Samuel? How you doing, my buddy?
Just wondering, sir, if you thought about perhaps seeing Piero before venturing into the Overseer's nest. I'd recommend going with the best gear you can get together.
I'm good. I got it.
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Let's go then. Take me to Distillery District. You guys are like, finally, enough reading, Alex. Get to the fucking game. Alright. I'm getting to it. But you do know, if I find any books or notes that I haven't read already in the city, I'm going to read it too. So, if you don't like that, then you're not going to like this playthrough. So you might want to leave. I have the second one as well. Actually, I only bought the second one, but it came with the downloadable full, like, definitive edition of the first game, which was actually pretty awesome. I paid a $60 game for the price of 2. That's pretty amazing. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's militant religious factions and is a close ally to the Lord Regent. Campbell is completely corrupt and holds a secret to Emily's location. Infiltrate the office of the High Overseer, steal Campbell's journal, and eliminate him. An ally to the Loyalist, Martin, is being held there. Free him and allow him to escape. Alrighty, do it.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. The City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. And there are the real odd birds living on the fringes like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. Don't know which is worse. Just take your pick.
This game is so beautiful though. I'll steal your food.
If you decide to go up Clavering, don't let the guards spot you.
Let me just save real quick.
Let's go. Nearly midnight. Go easy, damn it. Keep them in the boat. Canal's got enough shit in it as it is. 1, 2, 3, heave! Keep them coming.
Burn!
Hey! What is it?
I think that last one was moving.
What?
Yeah, the little one.
Not possible. I inspected them myself. Keep working.
Well, he ain't moving no more. One, two, three, heave! All these rats crawling all over everything. One, two, three, heave!
Just want to do that. I don't know if that's screen enough.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Please clear... When a motorized carriage or stilt walker approaches on state business, be advised that such vehicles will not slow or stop to avoid citizens obstructing the way.
Half the block dead from the plague. At least some of them have money.
Good. Keep them coming.
One, two, three, heave! Assassin! Help! Dump you in the river! You're gonna bleed!
I don't know why I always get caught. It's such bullshit.
I'll get to the bottom of this. With your eyes open. Like that. I'll flush you out. You know you can't. Don't fight. What happened? Black in the head again. Oh, I'll find you. Can't stay here. You are. Like him. To ours. Let's feed him to the house.
Possible.
He's slippery. Here you are. Out. Won't stay hidden for long.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Following direct contact with an infected or weeping individual, you are required to remain in isolation for 2 continuous days. If signs of infection occur, report for transport to the flooded district.
I don't want to waste my mana, so I'm just gonna go up.
I told you the knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never listen. Are sad today. I told you the knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never listen. The doom of Panacea has come to the city.
Be careful, Corvo. They call her Granny Rags. You wouldn't recognize her real name, or even the name of her family. But an emperor begged for her hand once, and rich young men fought each other for her favor. I watched her consider them all, measure their worth, and find them wanting. Then, she made a different choice. You're on your way to face the High Overseer, the leader of a great cult dedicated to loathing me. What will you do, I wonder?
Dear? Is that you, my dear husband? My eyes aren't what they used to be. Have you seen my little birdies? The dear things must be starving without their granny. Here, birdies. Here. Oh, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either. Granny Rags, let us in. Ah, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them. But what a bother. Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you? I told you the knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never listen.
Hear us. She's blind, not deaf. We're here to do your washing. She's not stupid either. Have it your way. We're here to take your money, Granny. We're wasting our time. How much could she have? She digs in trash for a living.
Let's get it, prick. I'm dry as an overseer's prick.
She's been digging for 80 years. Come on, let's get this guy!
Fuck. You just killed your friend, dude. Why?
You fight for shit!
Oh, here you are. Somebody give me a hand.
Got this bastard up for the hagman. Gonna feed you to the rat.
It's just a matter of time, buddy.
Aha!
Assholes. Fucking assholes, dude. Fucking assholes. You made me kill you. This dude was alive, so you can't fucking hold that on me. I made him go to sleep. By the way, I suck at this game. I'm not gonna let it go. I tried to keep you alive, but you were being a dick, so fuck you. And then you, where are you? You're lucky I kept you alive. Long. Actually, we got a better place for you. Is there a trash can nearby? I'm gonna sleep next to a bunch of dead bodies. That's fine.
Attention Dunwall citizens. This is a special announcement from our Honorable Lord Regent. This is the Lord Regent's...
I think the little birdies are sad today. Oh, my dear.
I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. My brave man. Listen, Granny has a birthday present for you. I got it from the outsider, and now I'm giving it to you. Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance? Our parties were even grander than those at the Boyle Manor. Everyone wanted to come. If I was a bird, I'd want to eat that. Yes, I hope you like the little gift I got for you. It's the least I could do for turning those louts away. I can't bear these Bottle Street children. Ruffians, every last one of them. Rotten apples. And that Slackjaw is the worst lot. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor. And I'd give you another present. Another lovely rune carved from the bones of a dead whale. Do you remember my doctor, dear? Dr. Galvani? Now there was a clever man. He's got all sorts of nasty rat guts and disease in his laboratory. Wouldn't it be a shame if some of that mess found its way into the Bottle Street Gang's elixir still? That'd teach him. See to it, dear. I'll find you another present just like the first. Galvani lives on Clavering Boulevard, or at least he used to. Those were the days. Now run off. My baby birdies are hungry. So precious.
That's pretty fucked.
But they're shy. You'll have to go, or they won't come.
What you want me to do is really fucked, so you know. Going from that direction, but I don't want to deal with that right now, so I'm gonna go this way first. So don't try and go there.
Check you over. And there's an inspection fee.
To the void with Bottle Street and to the void... You, let me out.
Oh, you don't want to talk to us like that.
Fact is, Bottle Street is here to take its cut.
So reach into your pockets and let's get this done. Give me a hand.
Anyone there? I'm trapped. Let me out.
You guys can snuggle. Have a good day.
Anyone there? Hey! I owe you, brother. I want to ask about the mask. I wouldn't want my face seen either, pulling a stunt like that. You know what? I'll return the favor. Come by Griff's shop. That's my business. Well, it was, at one time, but now I'm reduced to scavenging things from here and there as the city dies. If you need anything, I wouldn't mind trading for a little money. Maybe someday the plague will blow over and everything will go back to normal. But until then, it's scavenging for me. Want to look at some of the things I found? Good prices, I swear.
See what you got. Mother's journal. It's the 4th day of the month of rain. Morris is sick. So are the children. I have avoided it thus far, which is good fortune since it has fallen on me to care for them. The city watch comes and goes, knocking on doors and asking for signs of plague. Even our neighbors cannot be trusted. Earlier it was difficult to keep the children quiet, now they sleep most of the time. The flies have set in. I've tried to keep them away, but I can barely get close. They sting so. Most of the time, Morris won't answer me when I try to talk to him from across the room. Morris is gone. I don't know what I'll do for now. All my hopes is reserved for the children. Leaving the flat for a while near dawn. I found some plague bags from a guard booth when no one was around. It took a while, but I got Morrison to one of the bags. At least his face is covered. Young Robert has passed. The star in my sky has gone. There's a page missing. See, there's major pages, because it's the 12th, next day is 17, so 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 4 entries missing. Elise stopped breathing in the middle of the night. She was such a headstrong girl. I can hardly believe she was overcome. She was always near us, cut up, hacked fish or vegetables, arguing with me about everything. It's the 4th day of the month of wind. It is settled on that they are lost to me. All of them. I cannot bring myself to call the dead counter. I have the fever now. No guards come near anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. That's sad. Oh no. Oh no, those are her kids and that's her. Oh no. Hold on. Oh no. Well, on that depressing note, we're gonna end it here, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, sharing us a ton. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.